Hello, everyone. I know it's the end of the day, and by now you have heard so much about AI, and you have like been staring in your screens all the day. Your eyes must be aching, and your ears must be ringing with AI, AI, AI. Right? Okay, but this is the last session, and here we are going to talk about a multimodality, AI-assisted visual literary approach, AI literacy approach. Right. Okay. So I will start with multimodality. What is that? So multimodality is actually like incorporating more than one way of presenting or receiving information. So instead of depending on just one kind of text, you have multiple inputs, like, for example, video, audio, text, and images. So all these kind of combined effects of information that is input, that's called multimodality. I hope many of you have heard about it's being the revival of multimodality these days. So why we need that? Because we are multimodal. When we speak, converse, interact, communicate, we do all kinds of means to convey our message. Sound, facial expressions, um, tone. Sometimes we show people things like realia, and we touch things to get the complete idea. We use gestures, we use facial expressions, and all that. Rather, more than 50% of human communication is multimodal, is not just verbal. That's why we need that. And we need it with the help of AI, because now, after 2022, AI has been able to provide these multimodal inputs. Okay, we need it because it gives richer meaning making. So the basic purpose is to make a meaning of what is happening around us and what kind of communication is happening, what kind of messages we are receiving. So we need to create meaning out of it. So it makes like the combined effect of audio, visual, tactile, and movement and all that. It makes the meaning more richer, deep, just like a movie, just like a film, right? Okay. And it helps in wholesome learning. So in education, multimodal teaching acknowledges that people learn better when information is presented through a combination of modes. For example, students look at the teacher, lecture slides, videos, audio, hands-on activities. So the wholesome effect, the combined effect helps to learn better. Last point, enhanced enhanced understanding. So it makes ideas clear, it adds more information to the ideas, and increases the overall impact of the message. Now, after defining what multimodality is, now we need to move on to visual literacy. Visual literacy is like ability to interpret, analyze, evaluate, and create visual messages. These visual messages are all around us in terms of advertisements, news, magazines, TV, mobile phone, on a mobile phone, the images, the text, the sound. So we live in a visual world. So it involves understanding like how images, symbols, colors, and other visual elements convey meaning. Just as textual literacy involves decoding the written language, exactly the same way visual literacy involves decoding of symbols, colors, shapes, pictures, and all that. So it's a combination of semiotics, it's a combination of visual learning, filmmaking, drawing, and all that. So visual literacy helps us critically engage with the visual media, such as photographs, diagrams, infographics, videos, and digital art. So an image is a text. Just like the text has some meaning, so an image has a meaning. So we live in this age where everywhere we have this media onslaught. So it's a media saturated age. So we need to broaden what it means to be literate, to read images, what it means to live in a visual world. So uh, uh, just look at any teenager these days, how much visuals they consume every day. So, like, there has been a research recently, and the research says that the time young people spend with images has been increased. So, in total, it is 7 hours and 38 minutes every day. This research is 2 or 3 years old, so maybe now this ratio might have increased. So, how to teach that? How many students know about that? How many students have been taught to decode meaning from visuals and signs and symbols? And how many teachers are trained to teach that in a proper way? That is the question. Uh, that is the question that we need to discuss. So, like, if you look at last 1 decade or more, you will see that in all of the kinds of medias there have been a lot of development, except text, except reading. Reading is same, reading words from a page, but all of the media, sound, images, like moving images, they have developed with every passing of year. So in multimodal learning, how visual literacy fits. So uh, it enhances the comprehension of ideas and concepts, and it improves memory retention. Something that you see, you touch, it becomes a part of your memory, and you don't forget about that. So it becomes dual coding system, which helps you in remembering things. It supports diverse learners. So, like in one session, we saw that how the people with special needs, how AI becomes equitable for them because it supports diverse learners. So it encourages critical thinking, something that you just cannot understand with the text. You critically understand with other things on the peripheral, gestures, sounds, movement, colors, and it facilitates language acquisition, especially second language acquisition. So in terms of whether you talk about vocabulary, grammar, or concepts and ideas, it adds its uh, proportion to that. So in education, AI-assisted multimodality is now increasing every day, by every passing day. So the way AI tools are developing in the same way, with the same speed, AI-assisted multimodality and its portion in education has been increasing. So, but we have to define the boundary. What is AI-assisted multimodality? It's not a methodology. It's not an assessment criteria. We cannot use it as like these images and all these things as a rubric or to assess students' summative or um, formative assessment. It's not a replacement of human-led classroom management. For example, you play a movie in the class and you think that the movie will do everything in the class. No, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Or if you assign your students a task that they should create a video with the help of AI tools and this activity will do everything. No, it won't happen. So it doesn't replace human-led classroom management. It does not replace essential language skills. So reading, writing, speaking, listening is still important. It is just a helping tool. It's just a set of practices, timed activities, not even covering the whole class time. And it's a small part of tech ed integration, like technology-led educational integration is just a small part of that. So in second language learning, visual tools and their multimodal quality enhances engagement. Um, they like these, our young students are mostly engaged with more images and sounds and all that. Whether you're teaching vocabulary, um, paragraph writing, a reading passage, if you link it with the multimodal elements of videos or audio or images, um, or how would I say that, some of the signs, your students are going to learn better. Sorry. Creativity is unlimited if you find ways to allow freedom to your students to use it in their language tasks. You will find that students actually navigate it very easily, and they find more interesting ways to create the written text, more meaningful with the help of multimodal tools. And specifically talking about recordings or audio tools, they improve pronunciation in second language learning with the lip sync, pronunciation, hearing clips or sound clips like that. AI, for example, if you use flashcards, visual stories, real world simulations, pictures, images, it creates context for the learner. And it can be used as an instant feedback tool, but not for the overall learning process of any language skill, just for that task, just for that little exercise or activity, like a drawing, like gestures, using gestures during a presentation or something like that. And like, for example, how a student creates a prompt which generates the perfect image. Only for that activity, you can give an instant feedback. So here, how we can use that. So this is one example, and here are some tools. So you want to create flashcards, vocabulary builders. So you can use Quizlet, Anki, Memrise, Midjourney, Dolly for custom images about the words that you want to teach. Sometimes they also create, not sometimes, but many times they also create very nice images about even the, abstract words, which students take time. ESL learners take time to remember. So how it works, it can, you can generate flashcards with images, pictures, and you can print them. You can use their soft copies. So you can, the next example is of an interactive image-based chatbots like chatbot plus image recognition. And so many chatbots can do that. Gemini, and now Gemini has come up with VO.3, which creates very close to real life videos. Google Lens, Microsoft Copilot. So a learner takes a photo of an object and AI names it in the target language. This is an example for very low level of language learning. And ChatGPT can generate stories or dialogues based on user uploaded images, or vice versa. It can convert text into images or images into text. I have tried that. For example, I did IRP, intensive reading project with my students. They had to read the whole book. So instead of asking them to writing the summaries, what I did, I asked them to collect pictures of their stories from the storybook, put it into ChatGPT and ask it to create dialogues. And then they perform dialogues in the class. Another example is AI-powered comic strip and storytelling. Now, storytelling is a very multimodal activity. So it involves emotions, feelings, bodily gestures, sound, and all that. So learners input a sentence, any sentence which can start a story, and AI generates a comic strip based on that. And then they can present it, they can talk about that. So they can describe the visuals or the images in target language and practicing grammar, vocabulary, and simple and complex sentences. Another example is augmented reality applications like Google Translate, Mondly, AR, Immerse, like that. Okay. Now, what do? Uh, these tools translate words from one language to another, so it is in real time. So augmented reality can help in understanding language from, for example, if you believe in what do we say? Sorry. If you believe in using L1, sometimes in your L2 class practices, these tools are always helpful. Now here, I would like to give an example of AI-generated video scenarios. These are some old tools, Synthesia, Hygiene, Deep Brain AI, but now we have many more. We have VO third, VO.3. It's an excellent video generating app. Its free version is not available in some countries, but its paid version is working, and people are using it a lot. So you have to select an avatar, and that avatar can get into a dialogue with you about any given situation. So it has subtitles, it has visuals, the images, the avatars are extremely lifelike. So learners can record themselves, they can respond, and AI evaluates their pronunciation. For example, here, I work in a setting where we don't have textbooks. We work with the projects. So this was a project about creating a product and market it. So in the past, I used to ask my students to use their phones to make videos and create a commercial like that. But this time, I asked my students to generate it with the help of AI. This is one of the examples. It's a perfume, and this is how students gave the use his prompt to create this image. Here's another example. This example is about another communication project. It went for a week. The name of the project was Working with an NGO. It was a group project. A group of 4 students, 3 to 4 students, were supposed to decide about an NGO and then present its whole concept. What do they do? Where the funding comes from? What kind, how they reach to the people, how many members are there, what are their working conditions, how they help people, what one big issue that they solve, and other issues. So the students use this prompt. They use Flow. Flow is a video generating tool, and this is the picture that they generated. This was the picture. This picture was the result of this prompt. You can see how close to reality it is. And here they are, the group of students. So visual quizzes with AI, this is our next point. So sometimes when I use a flipped classroom, what students have to do, they have to create quizzes, they have to create questionnaires, and they have to take some control of the classroom. So there they use these tools. AI-powered lessons and image prompts. What do they do? AI generates spot the difference or match the words to the image quizzes. Students create these quizzes, they share it with their peers, and then they comment on each other's um, quiz or prompt or the response. And these AI tools adjust difficulty based on learners' progress, and then they try to solve. So there are some instructions for them. Like I asked them to create a prompt, a powerful title, think about their target audience, what kind of audience they want to create the quiz for. Usually it is their peers, and customize the quiz, keep it simple, and give proper feedback. And they use um, Gemini to do that. But the major part is sharing it with the pair, with their friend, the person sitting next to them, and discussing about that. I use this tool this time with my reading and writing class. So instead of asking them to make an outline or mind map, I asked them to design 10 questions for the questionnaire. And I told them to share this questionnaire with their friends, family members. And when they did that, the family members, I allowed them to have 2 days so that people can answer. So first they created questions. They compared it with the questions generated by Gemini or any other AI tool. When it was final, they put everything into Google Form. They shared the link with the family members and friends. And the responses that they received, based on that, they wrote an argumentative essay. So the whole essay was based on people's responses. It was a really nice, I tried it for the first time and it really worked well. And students said that it broke the routine and they really got the real-time data and they were quite happy about it. Our next point is AI-assisted drawings. So AutoDraw on Google, Sketch2Code, ChatGPT plus DALL-E, all these tools can help students to sketch an object and then they use it in different gamification situations. For example, they create an image. I show the image on the screen, and there is one student in the center. He asked 20 questions. He tried to guess what is in that image, and the rest of the class asked 20 questions. One person who cannot see the image on the screen, and in this way they try to name, or they try to describe what is happening in the image, or what is that image. So again, they create an image with the help of AI, but all 80% of activity happens in person to person, peer to peer, or group to group. Virtual reality, I have used just only once, only when there was an opportunity for my students to use them, because I took them to the library, and in the library there was a kind of visit by one such company which was trying to sell this one. So we tried that there. So, but it's an expensive tool. It needs pre-prepared kind of softwares which are already installed in that headset. So the students get into that 3D environment, and the 3D environment takes them to virtual places, a cafe, a train station, a stadium, something like that. And then they interact with objects, naming them, Uh, Whatever the software allows them, they can do it. They can do it. It cannot work in every environment, in every school, with every group, because it involves a lot of preparation, a lot of costly decisions of purchasing these virtual reality sets and softwares. So at the end, I would like to finish it with some tips. Uh, you must have noticed that while I use these AI tools with my students, I just put them into small windows. These tools I use in such a way that they don't hijack the real task of reading, writing, or speaking, or talking to their classmates. So this is what I say. We need to use AI tools strategically. That AI tools should be used as a supplement to the traditional assessment methods, not as a replacement. So, for example, I tried what other presenters have shown here, like assessing students' work, but my workplace is not very encouraging about that. So I haven't tried going any further in the assessment. Okay, focus on learning processes. So students, they have to improve their skills and knowledge through the process of learning instead of directly jumping into the product. Or they don't have to just think about the good grade or the final product. So I use these as small windows during the process of doing a project. I provide guidance and support. Like all teachers should provide guidance on how to use AI tools effectively and help students interpret the feedback that they receive. And limitations, I usually discuss at the start of the term, at the start of the semester. We have a really open discussion about that. That what is the role of a teacher? What is the role of a student? What is the role of AI? How much learning space we need to give to AI? And how we can be responsible in that case. So students should use their own judgment and critical thinking skills to evaluate the feedback that they receive and also the project that they're doing. When they are creating an audio, a video, or an image, any multimodal tool, source, they need to think critically that how it is going to help in the project, how it is going to relate to the rest of the class. They need to think about the audience. What is the purpose? Is it reflecting the task, the question, the prompt, or not? So it helps them to think about the media that they're working with. They have to think about the language that they're using because they have to present it. So it helps them to edit, redo it, and finally reaching to final product. So peer interaction and social connection should be prioritized when using AI-powered visual literacy tools. One problem is that these days, these tools are everywhere in their phones. And these days, it's really hard to tell what is a real video and which one is not, what is a real image and which one is not. So ethical issues we need to discuss with them when they work with visual literacy tools. And visual literacy actually means like that how they create meaning with the help of images, videos, sounds. So if they're doing it not to disinform, not to misinform, not to misjudge others, that's fine. That's fine. And if it helps them in their learning and if it connects with their peers, that's fine. So in their assessment, teachers, we must balance between critical thinking, self-decision making, and AI assistance. And here are my references. I hope I didn't take much of the time. Uh, are there any questions?